Sanibonani, welcome to my channel. And on this channel, normally siyayifunda incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese sizala soyixoxa lezo zitori esifundile sixoxela laba abasuke benqena ukuyifunda nalabo bengenasikhathi sokuthi bayifunde. I'm sure from i-title yami namhlanje uzobona ukuthi it's one of those videos that I do as it different ngoba zisuke zingekho mayelana nestory. So recently I posted on Facebook ngithi nje as a reminder to parents ukuthi uma ngabe nomntwana wenza grade 12 make sure ukuthi umntanakho uyifakile i-CAO because uzoyidinga kunyaka olandelayo for ukuthi aye mangabe unama plans ukuthi aye kwi-tertiary institution. And I got a lot of questions, but one of the questions engenze ngaba worried ukuthi kunabazali bebebuza ukuthi yini yona i-CAO, meaning ukuthi abekho even aware ukuthi kunento ekuthiwa i-CAO, so abayazi ukuthi futhi ukuthi yini. And obviously if bengayazi ukuthi yini, it's unlikely ukuthi they will be able to remind ingane zabo ukuthi zigcwalise i-CAO. This video is meant for parents because I do not believe ukuthi khona ingane esesikoleni njengamanje high school engayazi i-CAO, bayafundiswa esikoleni about i-CAO. So it's unlikely ukuthi ingane yakho mayenza grade 12 they do not know what is a CAO, but siyazazi ingane ukuthi ziba nakuba babe irresponsible badonsa inyawo ekuthenini benze izinto ezibalekile kubona. Basemafonini all the time kodwa you find ukuthi i-application ye-CAO abayenzile, which they can also do on their phone. So this video is meant for parents ukubachazela ukuthi yini i-CAO, ibaluleke ngani. So namhlanje sizobe siphendula lo mbuzo. Just before we move forward, I just wanna say, anyway, this information is on the website. We are calling CAO. CAO means Central Applications Office. And dates for abantu aba-applyela u-2022 ibivulwe ngomhla ka-30 June up until 30 September. So ivalile like 2 days ago because this video mina ngiyenza mhla ka-2, so ivalile 2 days ago. I do not know ukuthi bayi-extend yini at any point. So fanele ngabe umntanakho already unayo i-CAO number at least ngisho kuthiwa i-payment mhlawumbe bengakayenzi but useyifakile i-CAO application. But for the future I will explain ukuthi i-CAO isho ukuthini. For us older generation laba abadala, i-process yethu yoku-apply ama-tertiary institutions besiye si-apply ngenkathi senza u-matric which is now grade 12. So what would happen ukuthi I remember thina bekunencwadi ethile ebiba nama-address bekuyi-address book yawo wonke ama-universities akhona in South Africa. So it will be all universities, all colleges, all technicons and all technicals back then. And so what you would do mawenza grade 12 makusaqala unyaka, you will write a letter uthenge nje ilokhuzana bese ngithini kambe writing pad le bese bekubhala yona incwadi, bekubhala nezincwadi zothando. So you will buy it bese uyabhala uthathe i-address uyifake like besifundiswa esikoleni ukuthi ubhala kanjani application letter. Busho ke dear rector at that time thina abadala, dear rector, my name is I'm studying in this school ngenza u-matric and I would love to apply at your institution for this qualification to study next year 2022 for this application. And for every university bewenza that process bewubhala incwadi for every single institution ofuna uku-apply kuyona. And then you will go to your post office, ufake u-envelope, uthenge i-stamp, uthenga ama-envelope and you will post those letters zihambe zema-universities. A few weeks later or few months later bekuye kubuye ama-application forms from all of these institutions or apply kuwona. Mabebuya ama-application forms usewuyawagcwalisa ke manje uyawagcwalisa and they would make you choose first choice qualification, second choice qualification, third choice usayine, put your documents, i-report lakho, your ID mengabe usunayo i-ID and whatever information they need for abazali. Uma ngabe in your letter bewustatile ukuthi you would like to also apply for financial aid, bebekusendela the forms for i-financial aid as well. So bese uyagcwalisa ugcwalise nalawo i-financial aid mabekusendelile wona. And then bekuba nephathi egcwaliswa esikolweni as well. I remember ngiyogcwalisa sothisha esikoleni and then bese uyafaka uphinda futhi kufanele uspend imali angithi uspendile the first time ama-envelopes usenda nama-stamps uphinde futhi uye-post office uthenge ama-envelopes ufake ama-applications wasende back to ama-universities. After that-ke bese bekusendela i-letter so say ukuthi bayakuthatha sebeyibukile i-report card yakho mhlawumbe i-report card ka-June or something they will get back to you bathi okay siyakumukela elokhuzeni u-acceptiwe for i-program ethile leyo bukade uyi-applyela. However, everything depends on your results. Then we wait for ama-results kuphume iphepha and they see ukuthi uphasile or not bese-ke nawo-ke sebeyasho ukuthi bakuthathile na. So it was a long process to apply at my universities and you did individual applications nokuthi iningi imali obu-end up uyispenda because ukuposa. And remember mase siposa ama-forms back to i-university bese sifake into ekuthiwa ama-postal orders because i-application fee ubungakwazi ukuthi uyifake in cash kuma-envelope. So ukuthenga into ebizwa ngokuthi postal order post office makuthiwa registration fee is 190 or something, you will pay that 190 post office bakunika postal order you and then you file in each envelope. So if each university ifuna 120 or 150 for each application you will put that postal order and you send it. So it will always end up being cost and which means with a lot of students who would want to apply, sometimes you're told that application form so by little letter they bring back application form but you are not able to send it back because you do not have a mail because masibuyele emuva first sekuyi iform enkulu which means you have to buy an A4 envelope and it has to have a stamp and you have to pay for a stamp and also you have to put a postal order. And a lot of the times sometimes ubungakwazi ukwenza kanjalo mhlawumbe abazali they can't afford it. So i-central applications office yenza all of that administration in one place. Basically, instead of you apply in each university, now there's a central office where ama-documents information yakho nama-documents akho submitted to this one place. And then bese uthi-ke CAO ngicela ningi-applyele in this following institution. Kule institution nale institution ningi-applyele for this qualification. That is what a CAO is you telling Central Applications Office to say I want to apply in these following institutions but I want to apply for the following qualifications, please do it for me. Bese Central Applications Unit 8 ngoba sizokwenzela wonke lama applications owafunayo and ayikulimit ukuthi musu apply lana so sikhokhele ku-250 thina sizokwenzela this whole process lena bese uyakhokha ke lo 250 but imali yabiyanyuka as kuba late ek-applying kwakho. I think abantu aba-apply research just before ivale bese ku-470 if I'm not mistaken for apply CAO but you paid once to ilokhuzana i-CAO mase u-apply you go to CAO apply bese bakutshela ukuthi imali nifanele usuyikhokha bese uyakhokha you paid once. So ngeke uthi ngoba u-applyele kuma-universities awu 5 bese ukhokha 5 times. No, you only paid once. So that office was created for that convenience and also to minimize the cost application. Okay, remember there's a difference between a application fee and a registration fee. It doesn't mean that masukhokhele wa 470 or 490 where Central Applications Unit office you're not going to pay registration. Those are two different things. CAO imali ye-CAO is for i-administration ye-application kuphela. Uma ngabe institution isikuthathile izobe siyasho yona ukuthi isikuthathile then imalini efanele uyikhokhe for registration. Okay, enye into efanele abazali bayazi is that i-Central Applications Office is being used currently for ama-institutions ase-KZN. Ngihambele ngayo online to get i-updates on whether amanye ama-institutions kumanye ama-provinces ayasebenzisa yini. It seems like they are not yet using CAO because I asked a question yokuthi which are the institutions asebenzisa CAO and all of the institutions that were listed there are institutions ase-KZN. So if ingane yakho wants to go to University of Cape Town or University of Pretoria or University of Johannesburg or Wits University or University of Eastern Cape or Western Cape, lama universities angekho in KZN, they have to go into their websites and do direct applications. So it means that application process yakulawa amanye ama-universities is still the same as before. The only difference now is that you can do ama-applications amaningi online. You do not have to write that letter to rector and explaining to him ukuthi ufuna uku-apply for which qualification. You can go online and apply kulama university, but you have to do ama-individual applications kuma-institutions that are outside of KZN. So umntwana kumese efakile i-CAO, do not think ukuthi that means use-applyile every. It means ukuthi umntwana use-applyile kuma-institutions ase-KZN. Also umntwana mene CAO number, because what happens is it's very easy to get a CAO number because all they need is your personal information, your name, ufunda grade bani, your address and stuff, ufake i-ID number, and then boom, you've got a CAO number. But i-CAO, ukuba ne-CAO number doesn't mean ukuthi usu-applyile kuma-institutions, no. Because ngekathi ugcwalisa i-CAO online or manually, you have to indicate ukuthi ufuna uku-applyelwa kumaphi ama-institutions and ufuna uku-applyelwa which qualifications. And after usuchuzile kanjalo, they hold your application bese beyakunika i-reference bathi hamba kuyokhokha imali. Sesizwile ukuthi ufuna uku-apply, u-applyela kumaphi ama-institution, and then they hold your application, hamba kuyokhokha imali. Mawukhokha imali, immediately it gets updated, the application app, and then they send it to ilokhuzana to ama-institutions. Depending on the institution, abanye bayashesha uku-reply, abanye bayashesha uku-reply. But as they get a reply, every time they get a reply from institution issue ukuthi ikuthathile or ikuthathile for a certain qualification, bayak-emailela bakutshela ukuthi institution ethile has accepted i-application yakho and bayakuthatha, or institution ethile ithi awuqualify, or institution ethile ithile. So you get ama-replies akho wonke through i-CAO. Nansi into eyenzekayo ukuthi okay, uyifakile i-CAO application, mhlawumbe angaphumelela ama-applications akho. Now it's the beginning of the year, ama-results asephumile, awunaso space anywhere because none of the applications owawafaka kwi-CAO were accepted. Now we know ukuthi ama-university, as much as ama-applications bewathatha prior to uqala konyaka, sometimes ama-students asuke ethathiwe, amanye ayafeyila angezi, amanye ama-students athathwa but decide ukufunda somewhere else. So kuyenze ukuthi ekuqaleni konyaka kube nama-spaces at universities, and then they do something that is called ama-walk-ins. So when they do ama-walk-ins ama-universities, and you come uzoba walk-in to check ukuthi do they have a space in our qualification ethile, and do I qualify ukuthi ngenze i-qualification ethile, bazokubuza ukuthi do you have a CAO number. So even though bengakuthathanga through i-CAO, but you still need to have a CAO number for them to consider you for a qualification if i-institution processes ama-applications abo through a CAO. So njengoba bengishilo ukuthi one of the reasons zokuthi kuqala i-Central Applications Office is because of cost and also i-convenience nje yokuthi i-administration yenziwe yonke ndawonye. But the other reason is that they wanted to make the application process fair to everybody, because CAO, they don't have benefits from not passing on the application yabo, and ngeke babe nendlela yokuthi eyakhe application bayibeke phambili kuneyomunye. Kanti kusa-apply ema-university, uma ngiyi-administrator ngiyilaphayana, kuyimina engithatha ama-applications abantu, ngingakwazi ukuthi umuntu engimaziyo mhlambe ubekade engekho kwi-waiting list kodwa ngimbeke ngaphambili kwi-waiting list, or ngithatha ifomu yakhe ngiyibeke ngaphambili. Now amathuba njalo awasekho, so it eliminates leyo risk leyo yokuthi yenza ukuthi i-application process kuma-universities ibe fair to everyone. If you have put your application through CAO, they are never going to tell you I will qualify for a qualification or qualifier for yona. They're never going to tell you ukuthi ene kugcwele kube kungagcwele. Makugcwele kwi-institution, they will tell you ukuthi this qualification isithathile abantu isigcwele, this qualification I will qualify for yona, this qualification. They will give you the fair information because aba benefits anyway from giving you incorrect information. Ngiye ngithi mina i-ID i-CAO ifana ne-ID number. It's like i-student saka grade 12 has 2 ID numbers masenza grade 12 because they have to get an ID and then they have to get a CAO. So abanye abazali baye basho ukuthi bathi mina ingane yami ayifuni ukufunda within the province yase KZN. Obviously ingane yakho in that case they have to apply directly to amanye ama-universities angaphandle kwe-province. However, mina advice yami would be still akayifaki i-CAO umntwana kuma-universities ase-KZN because yes bangamthatha laphayana basho ukuthi okay we accept you but ama-results awakaphumi. Ake sithi ke use-applyile ukuthi yena ufuna ke-University of Cape Town aphuma ama-results athi bese bemthathile kodwa athola ukuthi ama-results akhe abamqualify ukuthi aye e-University of Cape Town but ngalana bengafakanga i-CAO. So awusakwazi ukuthi ubuke i-second option-ke nawe yokuthi afunde local because ne-CAO bengayifakanga. Sekunesiphithiphithi leso sangoJanuary kanti if ubeyifakile i-CAO ukuze phela abe ne-opportunity to apply la KZN bese apply kulama universities angaphandle kwe-province, then it gives umntwana ama-chances amaningi ukuthi uma log yakho ungalunganga nangalana kungalunga. I hope ukuthi le information engininike yona to explain at least ukuthi what is i-CAO izonisiza. I-application ye-CAO ayive is-simple. Ngiyangithethe mina abazali mabethi ngicela usize ingane yami uku-applyela i-CAO because it's most simple. Iy'ngane zethu they're always on the phone, they are on WhatsApp, they are on Facebook, they are on Instagram or bani izinto ezingazazi and nobody ever teaches them ukuthi lezo zinto lezo ungena kanjani kuzona create kanjani i-profile. But when it comes to CAO uthola umzali uthi akazi ukuthi apply kanjani badlala ngani bazali. It's the simplest application i-application yase-CAO. Kunama handbooks ke futhi explainayo ukuthi i-CAO uyifaka kanjani. And if you feel it's harder for you to apply online, you can download iform le-CAO ulenze manually bese uyalihamba ulihambisa laphayana. Ngizoyilinka down i-address ukuthi i-CAO office ikuphi ne-phone number yabo bese uyahamba uyalapha ema-office abo uyihambise manually i-CAO. So even if umntwana uthi uyahluleka ukuyenza i-CAO online, they can do it ngokuthi ba-download iform bese beyigcwalisa ngesandla. So there is no excuse yokuthi i-CAO ingafakwa in time. It's unfortunate ukuthi right now isize yavala but I hope ukuthi for the future abazali bazokwazi ukuthi kahle kahle yini i-CAO ukuze bakwazi ukuthi bakhumbuze ingane zabo ukuthi uma ngabe ingane yenza grade 12 uthi usaqala nje unyaka ububheka ku-website ukuthi avulwa nini ama-application for the following year nanokuthi avala nini ukuze nawe ukwazi futhi ukuthi ubulungise amasenti phela lawa akhokhwayo uma ngabe umntwana efake i-CAO. Thank you so much for watching this video. Ningakhohlwa ukuthi niyishare with your friends, with your family and even with strangers. Ngithanda kakhulu.